everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Rivers' Chargers going up against McCown's Jets. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A short time ago, the Jets defense introduced to this crowd, and one of the biggest ovations was for the big man, Leonard Williams, as he and his mates get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and you know, now more than ever, it's a passing league. We know that, and as Larry hit onto the open, we've got a couple of great passers squaring off here this afternoon.
And usually the discussion centers in on how they're going to compete against the opposite defense. But you and I had a nice little chat with one of these guys in this game, and they did say, look, I'm always competing against the opposite quarterback. If I play better than he does, I think my team has an advantage.
Makes the handshake afterwards a little sweeter, too. Chandler Catanzaro of the Jets ready to do the honors, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Brandon Oliver now on the return. Shoves him aside. LA Chargers and Phillip Rivers taking the field. They're coming off that 21-13 setback to New England, and Phillip Rivers, a stat I know he doesn't want to hear, but he's now 0-7 head-to-head against Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's going to grind against him, too, because you know what kind of competitor Phillip Rivers is, and to be 0-7 against a guy with 5 Super Bowl rings, you know he wants to go head-to-head with him and beat him. Hasn't been able to get that done. Another missed opportunity for the Chargers, though, right? They were driving late, threw a pick late in the ball game, did Phillip Rivers. But I do like how they are trending right now. 0-4 start. They're now 3-5. Kind of brings back memories of a few years ago when they started 0-4 and somehow made the playoffs. Can they have that type of a run again?
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 at a Charger first.
Let's just go ahead and state the obvious. You're going to want a big game out of that guy. Big-time run to get things started. But even more importantly, coming in on the road, trying to silence the crowd, take them out of it a little bit, slow down the emotions of the game, and get yourselves under control and feel like, yeah, we're going to be okay on the road.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. A first down throw here for Rivers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
It's almost as if Darren Lee said, welcome to the new NFL. When he was drafted in 2016, he was a high school cornerback, moved to outside linebacker in college, and now plays inside linebacker in the NFL. Speed, speed, speed is his stock in trade.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun, Rivers. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. So opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, and the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score, and we will return to MetLife Stadium after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They go play action here on 1st down. Going up top. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Throwing again. Rivers. That's complete. It's Gordon. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll throw again. Rivers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Anthony Lynn says, let's go for 3. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along, or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Now it's Nick Novak back out following his field goal to send it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Josh McCown taking the field with the rest of the New York Jets offense. They lost by 5 in Week 8 to the Atlanta Falcons, and they played in that game. Gosh, it was a monsoon, so it was tough on McCown and really anybody on the offensive side.
It certainly was, but he used his wily veteranship. I'm not sure that's a word, but I'm using it. He used it well, had no turnovers in the game, threw it for 257 yards and 2 touchdowns, and gave his team an excellent chance to win the game before Matt Ryan rescued Atlanta late.
Yeah, but you're right, 26 of 33, pretty good for McCown. On first down, McCown. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down. McCown going to hustle his guys to the line. On second down, here's McCown. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the gun, it's McCown. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Six yards to go here on second down.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Again, it's McCown. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. Hot, boom, hot.
Again, they'll throw with McCown. And that is incomplete.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
On is the second-year man from Sam Houston State, Lachlan Edwards, to punt it away. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get to the highlights. Both the Jets and Chargers haven't had a reliable run game so far. The push up front has not been there, and you have to give credit to both defenses on that front. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get back up to New Jersey as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Faking the give to Powell. Now McCown. It's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Second down now after the pass completion. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Third down now following the run. Now McCown. He's got Curse. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there at 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. McCown going to hand this one off to Powell. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. McCown to throw on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Anderson. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. They go again with Powell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They'll give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. McCown going to hustle his guys to the line. Back to throw. Able to power through. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Corey Legent in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. Look at the big man rumble. The 40, the 30, past the 20. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Nick Novak on now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
To throw is McCall. Sets up the screen to Forte. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And it goes a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. McCall to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. The former Clemson Tiger, Sharon Peak, was the target. And now it's second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Let's go.
Now McCall. Drops it underneath to Forte. And, oh, the ball's out. Forte loses it. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Getting down to the end here, they have a two-score lead. Barely, but it's a two-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. Now Gordon on first down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Now the first carry for Brandon Oliver. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Back to throw, McCown. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And he'll get up and spike it with 11 seconds remaining. The Jets on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Let's go!
McCown looking to throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now McCown got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it looks like the Chargers are going to win this thing. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And this looks to probably be the final play. Kneel down here from Rivers, and that should be it. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden.